Howdy! If you like the show and want to support us, check out our Patreon or join our YouTube membership program. Links are in the description.
In the deepest and darkest of woods, where not even the light of the moon can penetrate, two vile creatures indulge in dark delights and have conquered their comrades into capitulation. Now they wander these lands watching scary cinema, and there's a good chance you're next. Mandalore and David invite you to ponder some spooky tapes.
Hey, welcome to Pondering Spooky Tapes. Today we're talking about Eight-Legged Freaks, a movie that I cried when I saw as a child. Today with us we have Mandy, Ten, and David, and also myself.
Holy off. Eight-Legged Freaks from 2002, a creature feature horror comedy starring David Arquette, Carrie Werner, and Scarlett Johansson. Right after her breakout
And don't forget about
role. Mike?
Yeah, Mike, the kid. I don't know his name.
Mike the child.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually know that I think he did two roles, this and something else, and then he decided he never wanted to do acting again, and he's just off the
Anakin
face
style,
of the internet.
Fully Anakin style. Like, fuck this, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, he just completely fucked off from everything forever.
What about Bruiser? Is Bruiser still acting?
Who the fuck is Bruiser?
The
Oh,
dog.
the dog. Dude, I have horrible news about a dog that was alive and an adult in the year 2002.
What if he got frozen like in Futurama when the dog becomes a rock? He'd still be alive today. We could bring him back.
Well, in that case, I have amazing news,
Hell
but I
yeah.
don't think that's the
Hey,
fucking
everybody,
case.
if you like this episode of Pondering Spooky Tapes, make sure you go on twitter.com and use hashtag Save Bruiser from Rocks.
For fuck's sake.
Like the entire thing, just like the entire hashtag
the
is
full hashtag
Save
is Save
Bruiser from
Rocks.
House.
He's in there. We got to get him out. They did. The spider took him into the mine.
No, but did they show the dead body of the dog?
No, they don't. They wouldn't do that.
It just disappears and
In the
it
hole.
leaves out. It leaves the collar.
Just like
Just so
Isaac
you know-
Clarke in Dead Space, that dog make whole.
That dog do make whole. What did you guys think about this movie? Let's start with that.
I thought it was interesting that it's so close to like Tremors and The Blob, but not quite as good.
It is exactly like that's not fair on the like nothing is as good as The Blob when it comes to like a fucking weird creature feature that happens in a small town. I don't think you can do much better than the fucking Blob.
Oh,
The
sure,
Blob
but like
is
for Tremors,
honestly
just like-
masterpiece.
We're like, oh, it's like prosperity compared to like perfection.
Perfection. I don't know if I'm honest, I don't know if I even prefer Tremors over this because I don't know.
I definitely prefer it. Here's the thing. You know what
I
Tremors
definitely
has?
prefer Tremors.
Tremors has Burt
I feel like
Gummer.
I haven't seen Tremors in
Yeah.
so long.
Tremors has, that's the only thing, like, because Tremors itself, the only reason they keep making movies is because the guy who plays Burt Gummer keeps coming back, and that's the
Is
only
it
thing.
Grummer
keeping
or
They're
Gummer?
all about him. The
There's
fucking
more than
prequel.
one Tremors movie?
Yeah, there were like
Oh,
seven.
Oh my god,
only
that's
seen the
so
first one.
fucking
There were
nutty,
like
man.
7 Tremors movies.
There's a prequel about their ancestors in the 1800s, and Bert plays himself as his own ancestor and discovers a Maxim gun, and that's what
The cowboy one.
Yeah, and that's what causes
Yeah.
like the obsession with guns to go through his lineage.
dude.
There's a cowboy Tremors movie, and I've
There's a
never
Cowboy
seen it.
Tremors movie.
What the fuck?
There's a flying worm movie. There's one where they fly.
There's I think, what was the last one? Like in Hawaii or something? It was like an island movie.
Wasn't the last one super
There's one where
recent
they're like in the
too?
ice, I think. Are they like in
I
Antarctica?
can't. Dude, I have
There's
no
so
idea.
many fucking movies.
Tremors is one of those fucking horror series that is just like.
Shrieker Island is the newest one. That's the one I was thinking about. 2020.
When did it come out?
I didn't even know about that one.
2020?
Yeah, it was 2020. It was like it was done, I think, the last shooting for it, because I watched a video on some of the documentation regarding Tremors Shrieker Island, and I believe that some of the last shots were done during pandemic, but a lot of it was done pre-pandemic.
What?
Yeah,
my
and it was
God.
2020. That's the
What?
7th movie. Yep, I'm a Tremors freak. 2 things I fucking love, Critters and Tremors.
This movie had a lot of
so
critters.
weird.
This movie had a lot of critters, and I have like an anecdote to share, I guess, about this movie.
I really want to know the anecdote.
Back when I was a
'Cause
kid.
you've been like not keeping secrets, but I've been just really wondering why the fuck it make you cry.
So back when I was a kid and I lived on the farm, I've always been surrounded by like cats. And this is like my grandparents' house had a ton of cats. My dad's farm had a ton of cats. I have a cat. I'm like a big cat head, basically. So when I was a kid, this movie came out in 2002. I would have been, 93, 7, 8, 9. I would have been like 9 or 10. And we rented this movie from movie galleries because my little brother was like, spiders, 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 spiders. And literally this memory of him going over to like the DVD or VHS section and picking it up. I think it was DVD. He walked over and he picks it up and he goes, spiders, 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 spiders. And my grandpa's like, okay, we brought it over to the counter, bring it back home. And the cat scene appears while we're watching it on my grandpa's big CRT.
This happens like
TV.
super early in the movie too.
My grandpa was on the living room toilet taking a shit. And 2,
The living room toilet.
okay, yeah. Did you forget about my grandpa's living room toilet?
I don't think he knows.
Oh,
about
he doesn't
this.
know.
I don't think I've ever been told.
So my grandfather was a hefty guy who lost his leg. And because of this, he had a living room toilet. It was basically a bucket and a stool. Basically the bucket was built into this like toilet frame, so my grandma could go and he'd take a shit and my grandma could pick up the bucket and go empty it outside or empty it into the actual toilet. Anyway, my grandpa was taking a shit, I was crying, and like the cat, I'm crying and the cat fucking finally dies, and then I hear behind me just
Jesus Christ.
My
like it
God.
reverberates through the fucking house, and I got fucking scared because I didn't think my grandpa was shitting, even though he's right behind me shitting. I was so absorbed into the movie, I thought a spider was shitting and coming to get me, so I was crying and screaming while my grandfather was shitting and farting.
Oh my fucking God.
I like how you didn't think it was a sound like a spider growling. You just thought it's a spider shitting and then it's going to come get me.
It's gonna come get me after it's done.
And so, like, even though it's
my
this
God.
weird fucking awesome Looney Tunes bit,
it's like a fucking Son of Mask bit.
It's a scene from
Literally
the
a
fucking Mask.
Son of
well, yeah,
Mask.
no, this movie is pre-Son of Mask, though.
But,
the
God,
Mask.
you're right.
I don't know. I've
But,
never
like,
seen any
it has
Mask movie.
outlines of the cat going through the drywall with like a wah face on it.
And it,
Yeah,
it
but
has
like,
like
it's like a
fucking
8-year-old,
goofy Looney
9-year-old.
Tunes music.
The only thing I could
Tunes
think
music.
of. The only thing I could think of is, fuck, I like cats. That cat is dying. I wanted the cat to, I was like so fucking distraught by like the shitting and also by the cat. It was like a perfect mixture of I cried at this movie. I like full like sobbing at this movie. And then like immediately, I swear to God, it like fucking turned off and I was like, it's Spidery.
I would also be distraught by the shitting. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, speaking of shitting, while I was in the bathroom during our fucking break, I just had this weird like eureka moment where I was like, why? What do those? Because the spiders during the entire movie they go like, I don't know.
They're gremlins.
They're like weird gremlins. I had this like eureka moment where I was like, what do they sound like? They sound like grunts from Halo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
when
they
one
even
dies,
go,
it goes like,
"Ow."
Yeah, no, the one during the cat scene. It makes it makes a grunt from Halo noise when it dies.
You got to re-edit 8-Legged Freaks with the birthday party skull on.
That's what. Oh my God. There's no headshots really.
You can just count
Oh,
it
no,
as
there's
any
one.
shot.
no,
Listen,
there's one where
as
No,
the
when the mom
resident
comes
spider expert, the whole spider is the head.
Oh.
when the mom comes
Well,
in and blows its head off, the blood came out, and you're like, oh, it looks like the Shrek mud.
It looks like
So it's
Shrek
so
mud.
goopy.
Yeah, it's Shrek mud though. You can't fucking deny it. It's so goopy. It glomps on the floor.
It's totally globular.
It's totally
This movie,
globular.
totally globular.
It fucking is, dude. Fuck.
Featuring Ungoy from the Master Chief series.
Did you know I wrote a fan fiction about fucking Halo grunts? I'm sorry.
What?
You said Ungoy,
That's
and I
not where
remembered.
I thought.
What do you mean about
You have a
grunts?
character called Ungoy?
I wrote a fan fiction called like Unger R, the Ungoy who knew. I can't remember the context.
The Ungoy who knew? No.
Wait,
You need to remember the context of that.
I can find it.
Wait, what did you just say? What did you just say?
What did he know?
He
You
said the Ungoy who knew.
The Hungo who knew?
Unger R, the Ungoy who knew. I can find it. I'm gonna send it to you.
Ungar R.
One
Ungar R,
man
the
saw it
Ungar-
coming.
What the fuck are you talking
One
about?
second, I can find it and post it here.
Was this on anybody's bingo card today?
There, yeah, it's called Unger R, the Ungoy who knew. There we go.
Oh, dude. What the fuck? It's on fanfiction.net.
Yeah, you can also find my Slender Man and Fear crossover fanfiction that I wrote.
Fear?
Fear and Slender Man.
Like the game Fear?
Yeah, like game Fear. I did a crossover fanfiction of like Fear and Slender Man. All of these are terrible, by the way.
I would have preferred that over the actual Fear sequels, so that's fine.
This is fucking awesome.
Would you? Because it's about it's the youngest member of a Fear team, and I think his name is Joker.
That's fine. It's not fucking Alma and clones again. Oh, wow, this is... the Ungoy who knew.
So you're the Ungrar, the Hungoi who knew.
There's also my Halo OC named Spartan Randall.
This is it's a short story. I thought that who knew would be like Jason Bourne shit, like he knew like a conspiracy or something.
Oh no, it's like a full
like very different.
Yeah, it's like I think what is it about like a grunt talking to a human,
and then like he puts on the helmet and he's like becoming he's like I'm like it's like the Mandalorian.
It's like the Mandalorian.
Like, does he know?
Every time we do one of these, it goes from like talking about a movie to just talking about Brendan's fucked up.
Well, no, but you said Ungar the Ungoy, and I couldn't let that go. The Ungoy who knew.
Not. I would not let it go. It's fucking called Ungrar the Ungoy who knew. And one
Blame
of the
sound
lines
guy who made the fucking spiders make grunt sounds from Halo.
One of the lines just says the little Ungoy had learned a lot, and it fucks me up.
It's like a children's book.
It's like a children's book.
We should make it an actual real children's book. It'll make more money than Halo Infinite did.
This will save Infinite. The thing is, we looked in the credits trying to find out who made the grunt noises, and it must have been one of the sound design guys because no one was there. So, like mixing the movie, there must have been some guy just going into the microphone because the tone of the movie is very bizarre.
All I could think of is Looney Tunes back in action.
It's not everywhere though.
Yeah. But only for some scenes.
That's so accurate.
Sometimes they try to make it scary, but sometimes it's like in the parts where it's supposed to be the scariest, it sounds like fucking Home Alone.
Yeah, like we talked about in the commentary track. Like one of the things like from the behind the scenes was they thought that people would be too scared of the spiders because they are so realistic. Their words, not mine. So they decided that they would have to make the movie more comedic and the spiders less like spiders and more like human, which is why a lot of times they have like eyebrows and they do these weird like fucking faces at the camera and they go
so stupid.
And I'm still maintaining that it doesn't fucking matter if an arachnophobe is seeing a spider hearing Looney Tunes music or hearing strings. They're still not going to like the spider.
Arachnophobes who clicked on this video by accident. What do you think? Would you be scared?
What's your fucking problem?
What's your fucking problem? Would you be scared?
What's your fucking
Would
problem?
you be scared if a jaunty tune was playing while a spider was getting kicked in the air by a man on a motorbike?
They had the X game athletes. They had to use
this
them.
is one of those movies where they just understood the assignment. Everybody on the fucking production team just knew what kind of movie they were making, and they just hammed it the fuck up. I don't think it's hammed up quite as much as they could have. They could have made it goofier, but I think it's like at the perfect amount where if you're with your homies, everybody's like 8 beers deep, you're probably gonna have a great time.
If you have alcohol, it'll be a great time.
I mean, it was a great time right now. I didn't have alcohol. I had a great time.
I had alcohol, but I'm sure that I would have been having fun if I didn't.
I was just having a good time learning all about spiders. Like they're scared of vibrations, and they had
They're not scared of vibrations.
No, they love vibrations. Sorry, that's
how they listen.
They have the good vibrations, and they want to go after it. And the orb weavers and the spiders can talk. They can go
a little brief.
It's true. I'm an expert.
They can talk. And they can laugh at you sometimes.
And sometimes they sound like silly little guys from a hit early 2000s shooter.
Spiders attack the town.
Yeah.
But because they got too much big juice, just like Spy Kids 2.
They ate crickets that were filled with oil from a big jar that they didn't say what it was.
It was like
juice.
It was just like biochemicals that make the spiders big and round.
It made the crickets make the spiders big and round.
Well, why wouldn't that make the crickets get bigger too?
Why were there no big crickets?
I was thinking about the guy
big crickets
who like got like hair grown from the goop instead of like growing nice and big.
You wanted this to. Oh my god! What if this movie ended with like a giant man versus giant spider fight?
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking cool.
David, they should have saved it for the fucking sequel, and they could have called it Two-Legged Freaks.
They could have called it Arac Attack 2.
Man, they could get some
They
banging
could have called it
music.
Arac Attack 1.
They could have gotten
the
some
Iraq
banging music
War.
and called it Attack on Titan versus Spiders.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for Eight-Legged Freaks final season part 3 part 1.
Oh, dude, that would actually been so fucking cool. Because he did get slimed. Why didn't they just all jump in the fucking water and get
I
big
think
and
what you're
fight
forgetting, as the
kaijus?
resident spider expert, spiders are made entirely of hair. So that's why his hair grew, because spiders are made of goop and hair.
But his hair didn't grow. That's the joke.
It was.
Then the kid was pointing and laughing. No, the kid was pointing and laughing.
But he thought his hair grew.
He was pointing and laughing and going, haha. But that doesn't make it so.
He was psyoped into thinking the hair grew.
I'm not going to fall for your childish challenge.
I'm just going to keep doing it until you finally snap.
I won't.
You will.
I'm not going to do it. Everybody has to learn all the cool spider facts from the commentary.
Like how spiders breathe and how they shouldn't be able to breathe in this movie.
I don't know how spiders
That's
get
true.
fully pregnant
Well, no, I
in
mean,
this movie and then fully give birth.
Oh my god.
Do they? I don't think there's.
But, like,
actually,
okay.
they don't. There's not.
He's not. Brendan's just being foul.
No, but like one of the horror movies always have like if there's a spider, it's like it's gonna give birth and like a billion baby spiders are gonna come out.
Yeah.
That movie didn't do
I
that.
think they'd save that for like sequel bait though. Like they
I
would have
guess
like
it would.
if they would have done like a post-credit scene or the ending of the movie, it would have zoomed in on like a clutch of spider eggs and then one of them would have been cracking and then boom, credits.
Isn't it fucking crazy how ScarJo is in this and she's Black Widow and Black Widow is fighting spiders? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because she got bitten by the
Did
spider.
her character do
Her
much
character
of anything?
Not
just
really.
existed to strand the biker guy
She-
afield.
She existed
tased
to
the
make
guy
a
in the
man
balls.
piss. Yeah, she was there
Oh,
to
she
make a
kept
man
the
piss.
taser. That's right. She had the MacGuffin. She had the taser on her.
But it didn't help though.
She had the
No, the stun gun
it
helped
did.
later. Remember, it sparked.
Oh
the
right,
explosion.
right. I'm thinking of the first
The
scene.
stun gun powered the entire fucking mine.
It also
I was thinking of the
entirely
first
powered
scene.
Brent's
Before we get-
balls.
Before we get too far away from it, the fucking
Yes.
spiders eating the chemical crickets in like no big crickets. That guy that was keeping all the spiders had to have been absolutely fucking decimating that cricket community because he caught all those.
Oh, yeah.
fuckers.
How do you even catch a cricket? Does he just go outside with big?
Yeah, go get it.
Oh, you just go grab them. Like
There's
fucking,
tons of them. They're free.
If you go out at
catch
night,
'em.
there's crickets everywhere.
I don't know. There's no crickets here. Too cold. I'm guessing.
They even make a cool noise. It's like echolocation for
It's like
human
saying,
beings
"Come get me."
that want to catch crickets.
What? Really?
Yeah, yeah.
it's a
crickets
fucking
chirp.
challenge. They chirp
You-
constantly.
You've seen like a cartoon when someone's unfunny and then it goes.
I didn't know it was. Yeah, I didn't know it was like one of those things like echolocation. That's why I was like,
No,
what?
it's not. I'm making a gag. We don't have echolocation, but you can follow the sound of the cricket.
I mean, technically, like sound is like echolocation. Like I hear something, I run to.
oh my
it.
God.
Echolocation
I'm
is-
like a spider. I just hear a noise. I just fucking bolt towards you. You better not fucking. You better not make a noise around me. I'm gonna fucking run after you.
He's like the guys from what's that fucking movie with the monsters that hunt by sound?
Quiet place.
The Quiet Place.
This conversation just reminds me of like Lucy. Like to speak of ScarJo, like what if you used 100% of your brain? Like what if there was a man who could find you by sound? What if he could hear you?
What if you carried so many stun guns that you were an elite assassin?
What if you were a woman, but actually a USB key? I don't remember that movie.
I thought that was Scarlett Johansson.
I do have to
You're
make
right.
I do have to make a correction. Who I thought was in Star Trek was not in Star Trek. Tom Noonan was the spider seller. He was not in Star
Oh,
Trek.
he wasn't. He wasn't the time traveler.
No,
guy.
I was thinking of Matt Frewer. He was the time traveler guy
man.
who is also
Somebody
very
just-
similar in build.
Damn
Dude,
it.
somebody got 5 minutes into the commentary track, shut it off, and said they don't know
Brendan's
shit.
fucking wrong again. I feel like I'm
Brendan's
wrong almost
full
every
of
time I think it's a
caca.
Star Trek Trek actor, which is funny to me.
Oh, dude, I'm wrong. I'm also wrong every time. I swear to God, every time we make one of these, there's like one turbo fan of whatever movie we're watching that just shows up and says, actually, like, fuck, man, who the fuck cares that much about spookies?
Whenever we see kind of a schlubby middle-aged man, we're like, was he in TNG?
I swear it happens every fucking episode.
I confused him because he was in X-Files as Roach. That's where I'm confusing it from. I'm mixing up my 90s shows. He was a guy, he was like a pedophile killer who was trying to, like, he could see into Mulder's dreams. So he was trying to trick Mulder into thinking that he was the one who abducted Mulder's sister, and she wasn't abducted by aliens. She was killed. That's what he was Roach. Okay, so
he was in something.
He was in something that I watched that is from like the 80s and 90s. So
spiders attack the town.
Yep, dude, I'm gonna be real. Like, if there's no story in this, okay, like there's no point in even fucking following a structure for this discussion.
No. We haven't been following a structure for a discussion for like the last couple episodes anyway.
The structure is spiders emerge and attack the town.
Literally, all that happens is, what if spider grow big and fuck shit up? That's all that happens, and then they go into a mine and a mall.
Yeah.
Speaking of the mall, here's a fun thing for you. While I was researching this movie, I discovered a very, very obscure bit of Eight-Legged Freaks lore. The original copy of the DVD. Actually, I'm not 100% sure about this. I'm like 90% sure because it's impossible to find anything about it.
Right.
The original DVD of the movie came with
there's a game.
Terrible FPS. There is an Eight-Legged Freaks video game that I somehow managed to find a copy of, and I somehow, dude, it was so hard because during the entire time I was like, I need to surprise Mandy with this. Wait, I'm gonna pause here. I wanted to surprise you with this because it is the most dog shit thing ever, but during the entire time while I was trying to make it work, I wanted desperately to message you and be like, how do you get old games to run? Because this is like your bread and butter. I did it all by myself. I'm pretty goddamn happy with it. It was awful.
I mean, there's a little David Arquette.
Oh my god! I just saw from the screenshots that there's literally a poster in this fucking game that's Adventures.
It's Pluto Nash. I know. I was gonna fucking say it. This DVD game.
Why is there Pluto Nash posters in the level?
Because when you go to the movie theater, look, you go to the movie theater. And there's posters for like Harry Potter, Ocean's 11, and the original Scooby-Doo live-action movie.
Oh, that's
in
so
this video
weird.
game. It's super fucking weird.
I'm guessing the whole game is just like this theater, right?
No, it's the entire mall.
Oh my god.
It is so dog shit, and the music is horrible. It has
surreal.
They have a nail gun.
Yeah, there's like one weapon that's like an insecticide gun, and it's like a flamethrower, except you have to be in front, like 1 inch away from the spider to kill it, and it's really hard. I'm not gonna lie, this is like what I'm showing.
Spiders aren't insects.
I think like the frame rate is tied to something because I died so fast to everything all the time.
Yeah, it looks like they're moving pretty fast. It might be like tied to CPU speed, which a lot of shit games
It was made by a company that only made these like tie-in DVD games that would come with like movies.
Right. Look, some are like they'd be the Disney ones, like the little adventure games, like the Lion King shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I thought the music was like a sped up, like Smooth Criminal for a second.
No, it's like it's a weird thing for the game. And David Arquette, every time you launch the game, David Arquette just screams,
"Yeah,
you Eight-Legged Freaks!" but it clips.
So like, is it the line of the movie, but they like artificially extended out the freaks part? So it's like all weird.
It's so fucking bad.
And it peaks the fucking mic too, because it's like
I'm going to add, because it's such a weird oddity, and I could not find anything about this game. I'm going to add like
I've never heard of this.
I know, I'm going to add an unlisted version of the gameplay I could capture. There are so many issues with my capture because this game just did not want to cooperate. But you even go into the mines at one point. Yeah.
Wait, we shoot the gun in the mines. That's a no-no.
Yeah, you shouldn't. They do. And then no, they don't. That's the point. They don't shoot the gun in the movie.
No, but they don't shoot it. That's what I mean. They go, don't shoot that. It's gonna blow up.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
This is when my capture broke. And then this is the part. Yeah, this is the second. This is the second level. It's all on the top of the fucking mall.
I cannot believe there are multiple levels.
There's only 2. It's like a 10-minute game. But the last thing,
still multiple.
The last thing that happens is just there's a giant spider, and when you kill it, it just says the end. You win. And then it just closes off. I could not believe this was a real game. It only has one song, and it's the one playing right now in this episode.
Criminal.
It's so fucking bad, dude. I am so happy that it came with the original DVD. What they could have done that would have been amazing with the new fucking limited release that they put out from Stream Factory is imagine remastering the 8-Legged Freaks DVD game.
You've added RTX.
Somebody get on that,
dude. Add RTX and then just change the fucking movie posters for more current movie posters like Avatar 2 and Norbit.
Dune.
That's not a current movie.
That's a pretty good movie. That's a banger.
Have you still not seen Norbit?
I'm never watching Norbit. For people who don't know,
the second you said it's pretty good, it's a banger. I'm like, he hasn't seen Norbit yet still.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm never watching Norbit. I own many copies of Norbit. Here's the thing. I'm not even kidding. I'm thinking of opening a fucking PO box for PSD and just so I can get fucking Norbit
Please
DVDs.
Send me Norbit.
I am trying to be the biggest Norbit collector ever. I want Guinness to come to my house, count my Norbits, and give me a big fucking reward.
Here is your poster for largest Norbit collection. It is large, just like Norbit wife.
For biggest fucking
just
loser.
Just like Rasputia from Norbit. Here's your big and round ticket.
You're gonna get like a Norbit sexy calendar that's all Norbit wife.
They were selling like the Norbit Rasputia bodysuit, like the fat suit, and I wanted to buy it so bad, but it was so expensive, so I did not.
Can you imagine how that thing smells?
Like Eddie fucking Murphy? Yes.
It's a fat suit from a movie from like what, 15 years ago?
Oh my god. And they probably kept it in a fucking locker.
Yeah, there's no way it was like maintained.
It must have smelled, dude. The dude who won that auction, he got that suit. It must have smelled like a fucking dead dog.
Look, everyone, I have the fat suit from Norbit.
Who bought that?
Why
would you buy
there
that?
There is a larger Norbit
but I have a reason.
Than
I'm a hilarious online personality. There's a reason for me to get this.
The number one.
Oh, because when you do it, you're eccentric, throwing the fucking corpse fat suit.
Yeah, when I do it, it's eccentric and quirky. When somebody else does it, it's fucking creepy and weird.
They probably haven't even seen Norbit.
Why would?
How many copies do they own?
How did we get to Norbit?
Spiders attack the town.
Spiders attack the town.
I think it's bullshit that Gladys got abducted by the spiders and everybody else who got abducted by the spiders got sucked, and Gladys, David Arquette's like,
no, it's because she smokes.
Because
that's what I said.
They never said
she's
that.
already embalmed. They never said that. I said that.
She also braved the Silent Hill 4 hole and like crawled into it.
She did. She went to the spiders of her own volition.
No.
So they respected that.
Main character also crawled into it and then saw a big leg and ran away and went to the small child.
No, yeah, he ran. He fucking ran.
No, he didn't run away. He grabbed. He's smart. David Arquette is like David Tremblay, which is me. He sees danger. He inspects. He finds clues. He takes those clues to a professional, which in this case was a small child.
What the hell is this? It's my media-induced paranoid delusional nightmare.
For you, 8-Legged Freaks is Dead by Daylight. For me, 8-Legged Freaks is Secret of Monkey Island.
Shut up.
What? What the fuck does that mean? What?
I grabbed the clue item. What do I use the spider leg on?
Oh,
Where do sailors
okay, I
go?
thought there was,
Have you seen it? I love the forklift scene. I'm not going to fucking lie. I do wish the forklift scene had killed more spiders.
it didn't kill a single spider.
It should have killed more. More than zero is more.
Hey man, what's your problem?
That's true.
Me, I'm sad that there weren't more exotic spiders in this. Like the dude was an exotic spider salesman.
And there was like one. It was like all orb weavers and jumpers, and then it was like a pink toe. That's one exotic spider. And I'm mad about it as an expert. Damn it, Brendan, I fell into your trap.
Personally, as an expert, yeah, see, get fucked.
Oh,
I knew you would.
I do like that at one point somebody points at fucking David Arquette and says, "Lose that fuzz on your face. You look like a stripper's crotch."
Well, how else are they going to introduce
That's
the
a
barber? Because we need that lazy boy recliner spider jump scare scene.
Oh my god, is that why?
I feel like that's wise to give them more of an excuse for
that
more like
actually
spider
why?
bits. I will say something that I feel like this movie just barely, like, I feel like when they pitched this movie in like a boardroom, one fucking boardroom member was like, okay, but make it 3D. And everybody was like, no. I feel like this movie literally towed the line and was almost a 3D movie.
I believe
Oh,
that
a
too.
3D movie.
The way that it was shot felt like there were going to be more like CG
Yeah.
3D jump scares.
Because the way the spiders jump at the screen and it's like very flat, like the camera doesn't move when they're like walking up, and it's just like, I could see that.
Might be because of the time and the technology they had, because like we talked about this really fast on the commentary track, but the spider technology that they developed for this movie was like, they actually gave it out to like the models, the rigging and everything. They gave it to Harry Potter, the team working on Harry Potter, because it was so like revolutionary. So they invented tools to make goofy ass spiders that go
All I'll say, Eight-Legged Freaks could have been 3D because 2002, budget of $30 million. Spy Kids 3D, budget of $38 million, released in 2003. I feel like it just barely missed it.
When did My Bloody Valentine 3D come out?
Oh, that was way later.
Yeah, that's like 2008.
Yeah, that's way later.
No, I was just thinking like this, if this movie had released a year later, or they had shot it a year later, this movie would have been 3D. So many of the things in this movie felt like they shot it for like, do we want to do 3D? Are we going to do 3D? Like, and then in post, they were like, no, let's just keep these flat shots and let's just do it. Cause I don't know, even as a kid, like, you know, crying, shitting, screaming, and farting, I was like, man, this movie would be cool if I had a headache while watching it.
That was not you
coming at you.
Listen, it was an aura of shitting and farting. It doesn't matter who is shitting and farting. All that matters is that it happened.
Like maybe because also another thing, they were talking about recently a fucking Eight-Legged Freaks sequel.
Please,
like nowadays,
I love this movie.
That would be incredible.
I mean, David Arquette's he was back for the Scream revival.
He was, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think I can't find anything
It's just a vibe I had while watching it. I was like, man, this feels like they were they could have been 3D.
No,
it could.
Now that you've said it, I completely see that. Like, there's so many shots of just like flat still camera shot of just spiders jumping at the screen, but then like getting shot and like goo coming out. It's like, I could
imagine the Nickelodeon goo spurting towards you in theaters.
Oh my god, the fucking Shrek gunk.
Because it doesn't have like any of like the gimmick shots for like, you'll see like the stuff that you know is filmed in 3D because someone's like holding shit up to the camera and stuff. Like, I just got my keys.
Like the diner scene where like the spider hits the glass and then I could see that being in 3D when the second spider hits the second tower and then it bursts out.
Excuse me?
Yeah, when the spider hits the second tower.
me?
Yeah, it hits a second pane.
Second tower has been hit by a spider.
Oh, Brendan, fuck you.
Listen, Eight-Legged Freaks, 9/11, numbers.
Those are both numbers.
Remember when David Arquette had a leg in one hand and a rib in the other? Pretty cool.
He actually did do that.
He did actually do that. It'd be so cool if he had a beer in the other hand so that could be like more accurate.
David asked if I wanted to watch this movie, and I'm going to be honest, I said yes and thought it was a completely separate movie that I said during the commentary track, and nobody knew what I was talking about.
Which one did you think it was?
So I had to I thought it was Ice Spiders, a movie that nobody has heard about except for me.
Well, because I was thinking, because they were talking about the egg thing earlier, because I remember that Sci-Fi Channel original movie where they were like breeding big spiders on a boat and they'd bring people to this chamber and the spider would come up and lay eggs in them and then like go away. And I was also surprised there was not like the spider implants something in you. And like you blow up and turn to little spiders.
That's what I was expecting is like, I rewatching it, I was like, man, there wasn't a part in this movie where like somebody got like, there was a part in this movie where somebody suck on a hose and he eat a bunch of spiders and he's like, uh-oh. But
there was the guy in the beginning who had spiders come out of his mouth while it was playing the Looney Tunes music. Like briefly.
Yeah, he sucked on the tube.
That's the guy who sucked on the hose.
Mandy, we might be talking about the same movie. I think Ice Spiders was a sci-fi original.
It was distributed by Sony, but then Sci-Fi is the one who made it.
The thing is, Sci-Fi made so many creature features. Like they had 20,000 snake movies. They had like 1,500 spider movies. Their big thing was they'd go to like Bulgaria or Czechoslovakia and go, okay, we're gonna film a movie about the big creature, and it'll be out on Sci-Fi next week.
It's distributed by Sony, but then the network release it was straight to DVD by Sony and then released on Sci-Fi Channel at around the same time for Ice Spiders.
I loved when Sci-Fi entered its era of movies by releasing AI Assault. What a piece of shit AI Assault is.
They should make AI Assault now, but AI makes it.
The director of Ice Spiders also made Spiders 3D. But also he's made recently a bunch of Lifetime movies, and I'm just thinking, God, he should make a movie on Lifetime that says, I fell in love with a spider.
I mean, if no one checks the Lifetime movies, he probably could just like have spiders fucking attack at some point in it.
Imagine the end of a Lifetime movie where it's like falling in love at Christmas, and the very end of the movie is just the town gets attacked by spiders, everybody's dead.
Like, that would generate so much buzz. Spiders. Like, you know, a businesswoman comes home, and the dude working the bar in the Target flannel is teaching her the true meaning of Christmas. And then his head splits open and he's full of spiders. That'll get people fucking talking.
He like winks and touches his nose and he says, that's my little secret. And then you like can see behind him and he's actually thousands of spiders in a skin suit being held together.
Oh my God, Spiders Man.
Spiders Man falls in love.
But it's like a secret.
I would watch it.
Oh my God, it's like Weekend at Bernie's, but instead of like two guys parading around a corpse, it's thousands of spiders inside of a corpse trying to find love.
Oh my God.
Aw. Will they find it?
I hope so.
Who knows? Are they good at communicate? Do they need to communicate? Are they like a hive mind, or do they need to communicate between each other?
Spiders are solitary, and
they could be a hive mind for the movie.
Yeah,
they're gonna have a hard time walking.
As the resident spider expert, sometimes they are not social, or they are social.
I thought usually they're just like solitary little incel creatures.
Most of them are, but there are some that build these big fuck off webs with like
I mean, they're usually right, because it's like, oh fuck, a woman, she's going to devour me, and they crawl into their hole.
But in this movie they have to, because they have to find love. This is their goal. I don't know why it's their goal, but because
they don't want to be eaten by the female spiders. They want to it's like the bee movie.
Oh, so all the men go into one skin suit to find human love.
And like that's the start of the movie. We know already that it's all spiders. The female lead in this movie will never find out. It ends with them falling in love, and then like it'll be a zoom shot where like it's them cuddling on a couch, and like the fucking Spiders Man looks directly at the camera, winks, and then like a spider crawls out of his mouth and up around his hair.
How would a spider wink?
The spider would wink. The man would wink, and then a spider would crawl out of his mouth and into his eye.
But how would the man wink from the spider? Is he controlled like a mech, or is he controlled like a skin suit?
Two glass eyes.
He looks off into the middle distance, right? Directly into the camera.
But that's not looking off in the
middle. A little spider crawls out of the mouth. You know, I don't know anything about blocking film.
Oh, a little spider crawls out of the mouth and then winks the eye.
The eyelid down and puts it back up and then it crawls back into the mouth.
Oh, I see. So
and it's a sequel to this movie.
Because when I thought about, so it's David Arquette. David Arquette's skin suit.
It's
I mean,
no, it's somebody else, and Scarlett Johansson is reprising her role as character that did fucking nothing in this movie.
We call it we also make the guy a nerd. We call it 8-legged freaks and geeks. Fucking got it. Print it, post it.
Oh, shit.
You just reused the shot from The Fly where she births the big maggot.
Oh my God. He's a computer nerd that can't find love.
And he gets electrocuted by a computer.
Oh my, he gets electrocuted by a computer, by his cell phone where he was playing Marvel Snap, and then falls into a ditch. But little did he know, the ditch was a lot of spiders.
Just like Spiders, man.
It was a bunch of spiders that were in a big radioactive barrel, and there's a full comedic slapstick scene where he's like falling downstairs and then like on slippery ice, and then he cracks his head and then he slowly slides down the street.
It plays the Goofy movie
Looney Tunes
movie
music.
soundtrack. Yeah, it plays the soundtrack from the movie. It's like
After the wink of the end of the movie, David Arquette bursts down the door, points at him and says "freak," and then walks out.
Yeah.
Two-legged freak! Stay away from her, you two-legged freak!
This reminds you of something. I don't think it was Dimitri. I told somebody like, oh yeah, for like the special editions of Star Wars, because they do like McClunky shit. It's like, yeah, if you look at when Anakin is screaming "I hate you" in Episode 3, you see a little worm crawl into his ear. And at the end of Return of the Jedi, when he throws the Emperor down the big shaft, you see the worm fall out of his helmet after him. I can't remember who it was. So they're getting pissed because like they're kind of half buying it. It's like there's no way a worm crawls into Anakin's ear. Like, yeah. And Darth Vader, he throws down the shaft. You see for a second the worm like falls out of his helmet down the shaft too.
I feel like Mandy just hit me over the head by just saying the phrase McClunky shit.
I love McClunky's so stupid.
McClunky fucks me up
Me when
so
I
hard.
3D edit it, I 3D
It's
edit.
the way McClunky says his
McClunky.
name.
McClunky.
McClunky.
McClunky. And then he just get fucking
His name's
shot in
Dorito,
the
actually,
head.
David. His name's not McClunky.
Whatever. Fuck
When
him.
McClunky
His
said
name is
McClunky.
McClunky. Shut up.
Was he a
McClunky's he's like a Pokemon.
I'm gonna 3D edit the Star Wars movie with Jabba and replace Salacious B. Crumb with a spider so I can say Salacious B. Freak.
I would watch it.
Well, I mean, it's easy to make
Oh my
Star Wars
God.
names. Like I said, you look at two objects in a room, and then you just like switch the first letters around, and then like add a little flair at the end. It's like, oh, door, ceiling. It's core Dalingo.
Dexter Jetster.
Jizz
like
wailing.
Ungrar, the
I'm going, who
Ungrar.
Yeah.
knew? Spiders attack the town.
Table,
Um,
carpet. It's Tarpet Cable-O.
George Lucas
The bounty
got an
hunter.
idea for jizz wailing by watching me watch Avatar 2 in theaters.
Oh, one thing I feel like that's a little disappointing in this movie is during the mall scene, they all go and like equip themselves. But like they pretty much
They all
only
run
I
away
feel like,
immediately.
I feel like one, they all run away, and two, the only guns that are pretty much in there are the guns that the cops have. Like, this is an American
That's true.
mall in
They-
2002, and there's not a
Yeah.
fucking hunting store. Because, to be
well,
fair,
That
I
felt
saw
like a budget
the
thing.
mall, I don't think the mall is open. That's one thing. I remember
Well, I mean,
like
that doesn't matter. They found some guns.
I thought
Just
the
not a
mall was
lot.
I mean,
open,
yeah.
but nobody went there because
Yeah.
people in the town were pissed off.
They're pissed at the mall. So
was
they
that
weren't-
what happened?
Yeah.
I can't
Because
remember.
the mall was
It-
over the mines. They were like, we want to open the mines back up.
That's why I
They
was like,
wanna
build
find
it
the
and they will
gold.
come.
Why do they want to?
'Cause they wanna find
wanna
the gold.
find the
They're
gold.
mine.
That's right, dude. I forgot there was a plot. I'm gonna be honest. I
mean, fair.
straight up, I completely forgot there was a plot
Well,
line.
the thing is,
there.
like, they suit up. The dude puts on the fucking Jason Voorhees
Jason
mask.
mask.
And, like, you're ready for, like,
That's
the big
true.
brawl with them and the spiders, but then just sort of run away, and then there's, like, one-on-one fights.
Which, to be fair, is funny. Like, thinking about it logistically,
yeah.
even if they raided the gun store, you wouldn't have as much like slapstick potential. So
I mean, it was
get
probably a budget issue to show, like, this big fucking Lord of the Rings brawl with, like, CGI spiders and all those people. It's like, but have them
I'm
run
saying
away.
double the people, triple the spiders. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
Also, like, I still am just bothered by Aunt Gladys living, and she's the only person who lives, and people are taken later than
Is
her.
it like subtext? Is it subtext that?
How is it
Smoking's bad.
subtext?
No, but like smoking saved her.
It makes
So
her,
smoking
they
is
never
good?
said that.
they
It's
never
implied.
said that. I said
This is-
that.
I mean,
This
is
is
that
my
an
headcanon.
implication though?
Brendan
I
planted
said
that
it.
scene, and Brendan planted that seed, and we all accepted it.
Is Roland Emmerich telling us that cigarette good?
Okay,
No, like even when she leaves the mine, this is a gaslight. I'm a spider expert. When Gladys leaves the mine, she makes a joke about like, "Are you smoking? Don't smoke. It's bad for you."
yeah. I did look it up in the break. It wasn't Roland Emmerich who had anything to do with this. It was
No,
it was
but
his
he
terrible.
was
It was his enabling producers who made it.
But I actually in the because it's complicated. There's like two producers and the director,
Right.
and apparently the director filmed the horror scenes and the more actiony scenes. He was still directing, but Roland Emmerich was actually there to help out with the action scenes.
Oh, really? That's so strange.
And like the two producers actually have like a lot of their work in it, but they didn't want to take credit away,
Okay, interesting.
which is super weird. But that's what
I mean,
that's
it's
what
nice
they
of
were
them, I
talking
guess,
about.
to just like let him have
Yeah,
full
yeah.
right on it.
Here, have this terribly rated movie on your credits. Because Eight-Legged Freaks did not do well.
Hey,
it did 10 million at the box office.
Yeah,
like it did 10 million back
I bet it made
again,
money back in
budget.
rentals.
on a 30 million. It was like a 30 million budget, and they made like 40 million or something like that. It was not a lot.
When
it
I was a
occupies
kid,
the same space my brain is evolution.
When I was a kid, if you went to somebody's like trailer, somebody else's trailer in the trailer park,
They had
Eight-Legged Freaks and Joe Dirt guaranteed.
That's so random.
Oh, Joe
Joe
Dirt's
what?
a given.
Joe Dirt is
Joe
definitely
Dirt?
a given, but Eight-Legged Freaks was always right there in their little fucking CD case with all their bootleg DVDs, or just on the shelf as an actual DVD.
I don't even know what Joe Dirt is, but I feel like it's
Oh, you
some
don't- you
trailer
haven't seen
trash
Joe Dirt?
comedy.
Trailer Trash the film.
It is
Joe
Pee Wee
Dirt is like-
Herman
Oh my gosh.
with David Spade as Pee Wee Herman, but he's trailer trash. It's literally Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
It's Napoleon Dynamite for the trailer trash demographic.
Oh
It's
my
not.
god!
I
you
wouldn't say
can't escape
Napoleon
it.
Dynamite because he goes on a journey. Napoleon
Oh no,
Dynamite
no! I just
stays
mean
in the
like
same town.
where like where everyone fucking quotes it and everyone has it.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Like how everyone quoted Napoleon Dynamite. Like everyone fucking knew Napoleon Dynamite. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my god, Joe Dirt's everywhere.
Kid Rock is in that movie.
Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
That's the seal.
The seal of
The seal of
approval for
trailer white trash. Yeah, that's white trash. Listen, this is my culture we're talking about here. Kid Rock in a movie is the seal of approval.
It's like when Kid Rock had that song on Osmosis Jones about how he likes underage girls.
Oh my god! I
He did
forgot
say
about that. Yeah,
He did say that.
motherfucker, weird.
It's Kid Rock. It's like no one's even like gonna do anything. It's like, oh yeah, it sounds like Kid Rock.
What the fuck?
We're talking about how fucking cool the trapdoor spider scene was, though. Like, actually,
That was my favorite spider. Yeah.
Which spot?
the
What was
parking
that
lot
one? Sorry?
trapdoor scene where they're like fucking the one guy like gets out and he stays near the door and all these people keep getting fucking
Yeah. So the
Oh
trapdoor
yeah, yeah,
spiders
yeah.
are there.
That was rad. Yeah. I don't know. I think this movie has a lot of fucking cool scenes. If you tell me like there's a cool scene, I like the cat scene. I think it's funny as hell.
It's really funny because it's like the tone for the movie is like set there and it's so
Because
bizarre.
the thing is, it's so funny because it comes out of no. It comes out like 15, 20,
like
like
15,
less
yeah.
than 20 minutes. It's like it comes out really fast. But the thing is, so far you're watching this movie and it just looks like the start of any like
Yeah, spooky other
standard
monsters.
spook. Like you don't know what's gonna happen yet. In your mind, you're like it's gonna be. Like it's like the start the oh no, because the start of Scream is pretty. It's like the start of Scream if it didn't have the prologue with
Girl
what's her
who
name?
dies.
I can't remember. Girl who dies.
I was about to say you're about to say that the start of Scream was goofy.
No, but
The
afterwards
Scream
it
sequels
kinda,
get fucking ridiculous.
yeah, that's
God,
what I
Scream
was
3
thinking.
sucked.
Just like
Fuck
Tremors.
Scream 3.
It's so bad.
I need to watch the other
But-
ones. I love Scream.
Scream is so
Great.
Scream is honestly probably my favorite horror movie of all time. I know it changes all the time, but holy fuck,
I mean,
that's good.
I watched it for the first time like a year and a half ago, and I fucking loved it. And I was like, how have I never watched this?
It holds up.
If I'm honest, I
great.
had this realization that my fucking favorite horror movie changes all the time because I think last week it was Ju-on the Grudge, so like it just it's on rotation.
Who was on the
I mean,
Grudge?
That's funny because my favorite horror movie is Sadako versus Kayako.
You're fucking
It's
kidding.
not.
Okay, because I was like, I just rewatched The Ring, not The Ring, but Ringu recently, and I'm gonna be real. I was disappointed with Ringu. I remember liking it a lot, and then I rewatched it, and I was like, it's not as good as Ju-on at all. Ju-on is way
The
better.
director of Ringu straight up said like, "Oh, just go watch the American version. It's way better."
Yeah, no, the American version is fucking.
It's just interesting. Like
so
even
good.
the director
What
was
the
just like,
fuck,
"Oh yeah,
man?
like the remake's way better."
Just like Old Boy.
Bro, Thanos hooking up with
It's so funny because for Ringu, he liked The Ring so much better that he actually directed The Ring 2.
which is cool.
It's so wild. It's cool for him that he made a bad movie again.
And it's cool that the director
That
of
was really
fucking
mean.
Noroi
That's
made
not true.
Sadako versus Kayako.
I wanted to watch Sadako versus Kayako, but I wanted to watch the other.
You should. It's a nightmare.
I wanted to watch the other Ju-on movies before because I got into it, dude. That was really fucking creepy. It was good. The death rattle, woo, good.
Everyone loves that death rattle.
So the spiders attack the city.
Spiders attack the town.
They attack the town.
What's the tagline?
And they get
Spiders attack
stopped
the
by
town.
them blowing up the mine.
the
that kills the
tagline?
Queen Spider. Right?
Tagline for this. Yeah, sure. The tagline for this movie, let me find it because it's so fucking bad. It's really funny.
Is it spiders attack the town?
No, it's the tagline is "Let the squashing begin." That's it.
That's like Weird Al's Weasel Stomping Day.
Have you seen the fucking poster for this? Because it is the worst poster for a movie I've ever seen.
Oh my god!
There's a reason nobody wanted to see this shit.
Well, even the poster looks like a 3D movie.
David, I found an
It
alternative
looks-
tagline. I need you to try to find this tagline.
Yeah,
It says,
see?
do you hate spiders? Do you really hate spiders? Well, they don't like you either.
That shot of David Arquette looks like when fucking Harry Potter jumps in the broom at the end of fucking
Spiders.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
That poster.
It's also he's like screaming, like not looking towards the spiders. Looks like a fucking Mr. Beast thumbnail.
Oh my god! It
I
fucking
survived
does.
a week in a town with spiders.
I led a group of spiders that attacked the town.
I filled an entire town with spiders, and whoever survived, I gave them $5.
I gave a Tesla
God,
to
he's just like me.
spiders.
Oh my god, there is an
Oh,
alternative.
that could be. How
There is an
artsy would that
alternative
be?
Korean poster.
Oh, it's just
That's
took
way
out,
better.
It's the same poster they took
a
out.
different-
David
that's a
Arquette's
really
face.
that's a really different poster. Instead of looking good, dude. Koreans must have been disappointed when they went to see this movie and it was
All
a
white
fucking
people.
Looney Tunes cartoon. Oh, fuck, it must have been direct to video. There's no way.
I'm
I
surprised
also
it
do
wasn't
not see that running in a
direct-to-video
theater in
here.
Korea. Yeah,
Yeah, to be fair, I'm surprised this wasn't like
they had David Arquette.
it's a full ass Warner Brothers movie, man.
Oh wow, there's actually a third different poster. It looks like a Mexico poster. That's way better too.
Yeah, in a lot of
I think in
places.
Mexico it's called
Yeah,
Iraq
in a lot of
Attack.
places they kept Iraq Attack. It's pretty much only in Canada and the US and English speaking
'Cause they went,
countries.
"Ooh."
Because
No,
people would
actually,
hear
I think
Iraq
in the
Attack
UK
and
it's
go,
also called
"Oh,
Iraq
isn't that
Attack."
the war?
Are you talking about Iraq?
I mean, the
Oh,
war.
I'd
I
say
think the
about that.
invasion had started yet, but Iraq was definitely in the news.
It might
Everyone's
have.
the
gearing up to
spiders?
attack Iraq.
And the spiders then attacked Iraq.
Hey Google, when did the Iraq War start?
2003, right?
David, there was a kickoff of an
2001.
event that happened during a certain
2000.
year that you probably know about.
Well, that wasn't like the invasion was immediately after that. I don't actually. The title might be weird enough that people might not have seen it because Americans might see Iraq and be like, "That's not the country," and then like not get it.
Yeah, it's Iraq, like Arachnid. I mean, I'm gonna be real. I was watching the commentary track, and they were like, "Yeah, we much prefer the name Iraq Attack." I'm sorry, that's such a bad title for a movie. No,
It sucks.
Eight-Legged Freaks is way better.
What would you
Based
call it if you
on-
could call it anything?
Eight-legged freaks.
I might call it prosperity spiders because they're in prosperity and there are spiders. Like I don't. How do you make it sound like an A24 film?
It's got to be
I would
one
call
word.
it's got to be one word.
Then it's just arachnid, or it's like
I wouldn't watch
But
it.
if it's just Arachnid, it's like it's kind of lame. If we wanted to turn
The thorax.
Eight-Legged Freaks,
They don't have one of those.
just call it.
fuck.
That's the middle part of an insect. They only have two sections.
right.
What's the body part they have?
Yeah, 10
They
little
have
spider body parts.
they have a head and a
Yeah.
abdomen, and that's it. And then they have the legs.
But calling it abdomen would be weird.
They also have pedipalps.
that does not sound like an A24 movie.
Are those the little
Those-
bumps in the
so-
bottom of them?
No. If you look at a spider, it looks like they have 10 legs. The pedipalps are not legs; they're on the front of them.
What's the quote that the little boy says at one point when David Arquette is like, "What is that?" And then the kid is like, "This is my paranoid induced nightmare." What was that quote?
Induced paranoia, something.
Media
Right.
induced paranoia. That's the name for an A24
That kid watched
movie.
ice spiders and went, "I gotta fight him," even though ice spiders came out 4 years after this movie.
I wanted to know where Eight-Legged Freaks was filmed because I was curious about something. And it was filmed in Superior, Arizona, or near Superior, Arizona, a little mining town. And I wanted to look up the other places, like the other movies shot like around or in Superior. And there are a ton of like shitty movies that are filmed there, but the most notable credit I could find made me laugh. It was BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural. Was a
Oh my
credit for,
God.
like,
Were there
filming
actually big fucking spiders and
they were I think it was like a Phoenix Lights phenomenon, so they filmed near Superior.
Would you actually piss yourself if you got zapped in the balls?
Probably. I mean, I don't know if I would, but I feel like if you get like full on stun gunned in the balls, you might piss yourself.
I think
especially if you're holding one in.
No.
Yeah.
If you have to piss and you get stun gunned anywhere, I think you'll piss yourself a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, and so it's right in the balls. Like that doesn't sound crazy to me. I don't know the scientific.
Maybe if you get pissed right in the balls, it would send it back up into your body.
It took some time.
Do we
for
have
him
any
to
law
piss
enforcement
too.
officers who weigh in on this?
I'm a spider expert, not a testicle expert.
Well, do we have any law enforcement experts or people who have been tased by law enforcement experts? Have you pissed
in
while
the
being
chat,
stunned?
in the comments? Yeah. Hey, comments. Would you piss yourself if you got zapped in the crotch area?
See, I think it's
Directly
more
into your
reflexive.
microphone.
I don't think it's a choice.
Because the thing is, he didn't piss his pants immediately. He like got zapped.
He fell out of the truck.
Fell out of the truck, looked at her and said, "What the heck?" And then she said, "I told you." And then it went back.
Well-
and then he said, "Uh-oh, pee-pee time."
he might have been
And
peeing
then he
already. It just
pissed.
took a while to like show up on his pants. So you're right. The sound was like later. It did take some seconds.
Maybe-
so it said urine sound.
Maybe he was pissing because he just was like, it was his first time with a girl in a truck. So he's just like, how do we do this? Oh, okay, all right, piss.
How do we do this? Pee-pee time?
It's piss time, babe.
I mean, is that how it works? I don't know. I've never even seen a woman.
Looking directly at my wife and saying, it's piss time, babe.
No. Brendan?
Spiders attack the town.
Spiders attack the town.
No way.
There's
Yeah.
Three Dog Harlan, the conspiracy radio man.
I like him. He's my favorite character.
I like
He's
him
probably
too.
the best character.
He's fucking awesome. He's probably the character with the most going on.
It's the funniest when all the cops show up at the end to help them. They're like, "Yeah, we we listen to a show all the time."
Everybody listens to his fucking weird show where he talks about anal probes and aliens.
It's the only show they have
Good
there.
for him.
He's the only radio station.
We all know about those cows in New England and the probe, the anal probe. Yeah, let's talk about the probe. Let's talk about the anal probe. I mean, what is that? I mean, what are they looking for?
At the weird diner where they only sell ostrich meat for some fucking reason.
No, the ostrich meat was in the mall. That was with the mall owner guy. Ate
Wasn't that
an
in the
ostrich burger.
diner?
It was in the mall. Was not in the diner. It was in the food court in the
I'm
mall because that
wrong.
guy owned ostriches and there was an ostrich meat like burger place that he was eating it from in the mall.
Oh, because he owned the mall and he owned the ostrich.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
such a random thing.
But
The
I
mall
was-
was like a scam to try and like turn all of his shit over.
Pretty much, yeah.
I see.
I was thinking of Harlan and how if this movie was true horror instead of like slapstick comedy soundtrack, I feel like he's supposed to be the like comedic relief character.
Yeah, because it bookends with him too, where he's like telling the story, and then like at the end he has the gold teeth.
Oh, Harlan.
Yeah.
Harlan, yeah, not the
sorry,
mall
sorry.
guy. Harlan, not Wade.
They went back into the fucking mine to get him gold teeth.
He almost seems underused a bit.
I feel like they in the middle there, they probably could have had more of him.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like they missed an opportunity to have like the spiders, smaller versions of the spiders attacking his thing while he's outside, while he's like radio broadcasting.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like when he wouldn't climb the antenna because he said he was afraid of heights, and
then jumped off the
he
fucking mall.
jumps off the
off a
building.
roof
I think
into a bush.
we can all agree the movie had a strange lack of like actual sized baby spiders that would like swarm over people or something.
Yeah, that
That would've been scary.
I don't know if it's because of the technology they had, they couldn't render as many little baby spiders.
Yeah, and it's like it's gonna be hard to find actors like, hey, can we dump like this box of spiders on you for this scene?
I would have done it.
Well, yeah, but you're the fucking Spider-Man.
I was 3 when this
I mean,
movie
also,
came out.
I don't know if they even would.
They could not find that many spiders, I'm going to be honest.
I don't think they could find that many spiders at that age that are that small. Because if it's a baby spider, doesn't it have to be like the same day, or else they grow big?
Well, I mean, not like
How
I mean
fast
like
does it
baby in
happen?
relation to like the giant spiders.
Oh,
Like you say, oh, they're babies, and then it's just like regular ass spiders.
It must have been like one of those things where it's just like technology wasn't there, which is why we need the sequel with baby spiders in a giant man suit,
and then they attack the town.
I guess it could have also been for the story.
Same movie, but everybody has 8 more legs, even the humans.
Like, if everybody, all the humans have 8 legs except the spiders, they have 2 legs.
Well, no, 8
they
more
freaked
legs.
Out.
So the humans have 10 legs, and the spiders have 16 legs.
I sneeze. That would be too many fucking legs.
And then they don't even call it 16-legged freak. They just call it 2-leg, 2 furious.
Oh, I thought they would just call it leg freaks. Just fucking cut the middle, man.
Just cut out all of the spiders and make it like animated mannequin legs attack the town.
Just call it leg.
Just call it leg.
Oh my god, Brendan, that's a movie.
We found the title.
No, that's called Slacks. That's an actual movie where a bunch of like
mannequins attack.
No, it's Pants Attack.
That's a Jimmy Neutron episode.
Jimmy Neutron episode, yeah.
That's a Neil Cicerega music video.
That's a Jimmy Neutron episode. He's like, I'm tired of folding my pants. Goddard, I'm going to make my new war crime. And then he goes and he like zaps his pants.
Because Slacks is like about a pair of jeans that kills people trapped in a fucking clothing store.
So it's like the sisterhood of the traveling pants, but more metal.
Damn it.
It's like evil sisters of the traveling pants.
It's like, what if Chopping Mall just had an evil pair of pants?
Oh man, I love Chopping Mall.
Waitress, more denim.
Waitress, more butter.
Waitress,
I fucking love
denim.
that movie. That movie is 100% one of the ones we're watching on this show.
After Arthur 4 Malediction.
What is Arthur 4 Malediction? Why do you keep talking about that? What is that?
The horror sequel to the Arthur and the Invisibles Minimoys trilogy.
Oh my god! Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Where Arthur is real.
I do want to talk. I do want to watch that and talk about it. But we're going to have to marathon the other movies as a family. Unless we watch them all on our own as like homework.
I think we're good to watch them all. So we could commentary track them. Just not do a pondering, so it's fucking Arthur and the
pondering for
Invisibles.
each of them. Just like
there's nothing to talk about besides the.
We're gonna marathon fucking Arthur and the Invisibles.
Don't worry, we can take a break. I know a movie on YouTube we could watch.
Which version?
We have to watch the uncensored one. The one that keeps in the adult-child romance that America did not want.
How the fuck are we gonna find that?
I have it. That's the
what?
That's the native one they have on like Amazon.
The Arthur and the Invisible unrated cut?
For whatever reason.
Are you shitting me?
When I saw it on streaming, the uncensored one was like the default one because I was like, I don't fucking remember this.
What? That's so weird.
Yeah, I guess it's just
there's so much to talk. It's so weird because there's so much to talk about fucking Arthur and the Invisibles now. Because of the knowledge I got, if we do the first movie, we need to get Ed on because Ed is same boat as me. Where for us,
it was so different for you like compared to here in America.
It's only in like French speaking territories. Arthur and the Minimoys, which was called And the Invisibles in the US and everywhere else, that was like a phenomena. It is like huge here.
Yeah, and then here we're just like, oh, it's a fucking. Here it's like, oh, it's an ant bully.
It's so weird because I don't even know what the fuck ant bully is.
It's little.
It must have been the same.
Shrunk and goes on adventures in Little Land
because he was mean to
friggin' way.
Yeah,
it's like the Obsidian game.
Grounded.
Fucking grounded. Yeah, become small.
Minecraft.
David become.
What do you get? What's the point of asking? I know everybody's gonna say cool, but
it's cool.
Is this movie art or cool?
It's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool.
I don't. If somebody in the comments wants to fucking,
I would almost say there's not a shred of art in this movie.
I don't think Roland Emmerich knows what art is, but I would be interested in seeing somebody try to convince us of this movie having any fucking ounce of art. It's like
the only art.
It's a popcorn movie.
The only art in this movie is the fact that there is an Adventures of Pluto Nash poster in the game of this movie,
which doesn't count.
It doesn't count because it's a promotional thing for
media.
another movie.
That's in the Eight-Legged Freaks universe.
Yeah, that's a spin-off.
To turn on contrarian brain, you could say,
oh, fuck off.
You could say it's art because of the technology used on the spiders.
Because it was groundbreaking.
No, technology is not art. It's cool. Technology is cool.
You've never seen a fucking iPhone before, have you?
iPhones are not art.
That's art.
iPhones are cool. That's cool.
So they made lots of spiders. They used them for Chamber of Secrets. Chris Columbus looked at the spider models and said, "Yeah, for Aragog, we're gonna make a big puppet. Actually, we're not making it CG." Actually, I think some distant shots might be CG, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. Because I remember the big spider. He made a huge puppet for it.
I can't remember.
All the little ones were CGI.
I can't remember any of this shit.
I had an Aragog Lego set.
Like Harry Potter
like
spiders.
$10.
I can't remember.
Got a big spider.
That's a good fucking price.
Yeah, I had my big spider and I'd have it pounce on little clone trooper Legos. It was the time of my life.
Way.
We could have gotten the timeline where you make Lego stop motion movies. We could have gotten Arachnid.
Oh my god.
You could have made Clay World.
Oh, I'm sure someone had to have made stop motion Lego stuff like Harry Potter stuff fighting.
Buckbeak versus SpongeBob. Begin.
That sounds like epic rap battles.
Oh, that does sound like one.
Versus Hydrogen Bob. Begin.
Actually, that sounds less like one of those. That sounds more like a Verbali's fucking beatboxing battle.
That guy gets shit, but that man can fucking beatbox.
I know somebody.
That man can.
I know somebody who saw him performing with like a little speaker in the subway.
Yeah,
he would do that. Like he'd go on the
Yeah,
that's how you start the grind.
So somebody that I know that lives in New York was like, yeah, I saw him one time. He was just in the subway beatboxing.
Y'all gonna make me.
Y'all gonna make me.
Spiders attacked the town. That was the movie.
So spiders attack the town. Ooh, this spooktacular episode would not be possible without the help from our patrons, such as Alan Diver, Ollie Oxenfree, Ben Chrismatic, Bier, Boopulu, Brain Soup, Caffeine Addicted Chemist, Chris Chapman, Christian B, Dasul Burt, Dreams of Ice, Ducky Madness, DX Studios again, Eric Scott Gillies, Ethereal, Fang Jade, Generic Phoenix, Handsome Destiny, Hater 115, Inspector Seb, It's Ducktastic, Jacob, Jeff Smith, John Requires Lasagna, Kawaii Boy Toy, Leo the Geotech, Loudon Woodworth, Madeline Sawyer, me, Mr. Shirt, Sage Senpai, Samuel, Nothing Worth Mentioning, Shantanu Batia, Smaggle, Snake Asylum, Spherical Nathan, Teague, Winnie Rab, Will9455, William Oliver, and Winchester Curse. Thank you again so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.